Something in my eye. What up? What's up, guys? So today we're gonna be doing another tier list. You guys seem to like the last tier list that we did. It was the legendary tier list, and I realized that I missed one. I forgot Jirachi, and yeah, I was kind of bummed about that. But today we're gonna go through the starters, gens 1 through 8, and I'm gonna kind of rank them based on personal favorites, some competitive attributes. Overall designs, stuff like that, whether I've actually used those Pokemon or not, stuff like that. So yeah, the link is going to be in the description down below, so if you'd like to go check that out, you can. And other than that, I mean, like, that's pretty much it, dude. I still got this thing in my eye. God. Ugh. Okay, so as I said, this is going to be linked in the description down below, and we're going to just kind of go through this pretty quickly. Hopefully not too long of a video. But yeah, let's just go ahead and start off. Actually, let's start off like generation. Yeah, let's start off at like Gen 8 and then go down. Yeah, I think I'm down for that. Grookey, I actually like Grookey. Rillaboom is a really good Pokemon. I overall like Rillaboom's design compared to the others. I think Rillaboom is definitely, Grookey was definitely my favorite starter of the three until, or after the fact that we found out what Inteleon looked like, because that was just like, oof. Yeah, so I'm not a fan. If you can tell, I'm gonna put Sobble in garbage. You know, like, Sobble's cool. Like, I like Sobble. I think Sobble is like a great base evo design, but I'm not a fan of Inteleon at all. Cinderace is cool, but like Raboot I think is one of the only like redeeming factors of that entire line. You know, I like Cinderace, like, and I get that it's like really good competitively right now, in singles and in doubles. But personally, I'm just like, they should have, dude, they could have done something more. You know, like, they could have done something more with Cinderace's design. Overall, I think like the late designs for these Pokemon for the Gen 8 starters feel very, like, they feel very half-assed. I'm just saying it. Yeah, so I'm not particularly a fan. Popplio, garbage. I think it's a cool like base design. Like, I think it's fine. I didn't feel compelled to use it at all. Primarina's cool. I like Primarina. I think it's a great I think it's a good Pokemon, like, overall. I liked Primarina, and I get like why it's good, like, in a competitive sense, or it can be good in a competitive sense depending on what team it is. But personally, I'm just not like, it doesn't shout out to me. Rowlet's like an eh for me. Like, I think Rowlet's cute and all, but like, really, another ball Pokemon, you know? Yeah. You know? Like, it's cool. Decidueye's cool. I like Decidueye a lot. I think it's got a great late design and shiny form. It's kind of garbage, like, in the competitive sense. Yeah, I mean, like, I used Rowlet for my first playthrough of like Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon, and then like it didn't really do much for me afterwards. You know, like, I didn't really like feel compelled to be like, oh yeah, well, I really like that Pokemon, and it's gonna become one of my favorites, because it's not. And then let's see, we got what's the other one? Oh yeah, that's right, Litten. I'll put Litten in C tier. I like Litten and I like Torracat. Incineroar, I'm not a fan of its design whatsoever. Overall, I think Incineroar is a great Pokemon, great defensive typing. You know, it can play a lot of roles. I mean, I like Incineroar. You know, I like using Incineroar as a Pokemon. However, would I say it's one of my favorites? Definitely not. I only use it because it's the best at what it does, really. And another thing, like, going from Litten and Torracat, which are two great designs to start with, and then putting Incineroar into the mix is like, why? Let's see, Gen 6, right? Gen 6, Froakie is for sure A+. I love Froakie. The charm of Froakie that came with the Gen 6 anime made me just fall in love with Froakie and its overall design. I gotta say, I'm not a fan of Frogadier. Greninja is cool. It's very frail, you know, it's very frail. And Ash's Greninja is cool and all, but yeah, I mean, it's that's not the reason why I like Froakie. You know, it's not the reason why I like the line. I actually played through X version. I did like a brand new copy of X version, and I used a Froakie the entire time, and I had like a level 100 Froakie. So yeah, I really like Froakie. I think it's one of the best designs I've seen out of Pokemon in a really long time. And honestly, I encourage them to, like, you know, keep doing things like that because it looks great. Let's see what else. Oh, Chespin. Garbage. Chespin's, like, I like Chespin's base design for sure. But when it comes to Quilladin and what's the last Evo? When it comes to Quilladin, I'm not a fan. And then when it comes to its last Evo, dude, I can't remember for the life of me what that Pokemon's name is. Anyways, the last Evo, not a fan of either of those really. For Fennekin, I'll put Fennekin in D tier. And this is the only reason I'm going to do this. This is the only reason I'm going to do this. Fennekin and Braixen have a great design. Braixen has one of the best middle Evo designs ever. Okay? Ever. Delphox is trash. Delphox is trash. Yeah. Tepig. I love Tepig. I think Imbor has a great design. Yeah, I think Imbor has like one of the best designs of Gen 5, to be honest with you. I really liked Imbor. Has a great shiny form too, by the way. Although it's like really slow and can't really do much competitive wise, I still really enjoy this Pokemon. It was one of my first starters for the Gen 5 series. Snivy is A class for sure. Superior is for sure my favorite starter of the Gen 5 series. I love Superior, Contrary. It's a great Pokemon. Overall, I really like the design of Snivy and Superior. Superior, I think, is like, I don't know. Superior was innovative for them because it was just like, you know, it wasn't like humanoid in a way, which was nice. So I really enjoyed that. Oshawott, as much as I like Oshawott, I'm not a fan of Samurott. Samurott, I will say this, like, Samurott is definitely better, in my opinion, than these other last form Evos. I think I personally like Samurott enough to where I would use it, right? Whereas with these ones, I just like, not a fan. Yeah, so that's that. Moving on to Gen 4, we've got the homie Chimchar. I'm gonna put Chimchar in A class, just because I really like Chimchar. I really like Monferno. Monferno has a great middle design, and Infernape is an awesome Pokemon. I love Infernape. If it didn't have, like, if it had a different ability other than Iron Fist, I think it could be a lot better. But Iron Fist is a fantastic ability for this Pokemon. And also, like, seeing Infernape, you know, like, throughout the Gen 4 anime, for those of you guys who haven't seen Diamond Pearl anime, you guys know Infernape's just a god. Yeah, so I really like Infernape and the entire line there. Turtwig, I really like Turtwig. However, I'm gonna put Turtwig in B tier. B tier. So Turtwig was my first starter for Gen 4. I really like Torterra over the years, and Torterra is definitely a great design for sure, but I think it could have had a lot more potential, like, in its defensive aspect, and they could have made that Pokemon better if they really wanted to. Yeah, so, and honestly, like, having such a huge weakness to, like, a lot of things, you know, especially that 4 times weakness to ice is, like, pretty scary. Piplup, I think, has a... Actually, okay. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to put Turtwig and Torterra in C tier. However, I'm going to put Piplup in B tier. Because Piplup, I love Empoleon. I love Empoleon. I think it's a great design. Water Steel is awesome. I think it would be so good in a format like this right now. you know, for like VGC doubles right now. And yeah, personally, I really like Empoleon. I think it's a great Pokemon. And then Piplup, honestly, is kind of like a staple, you know. Piplup is a really cute Pokemon. Overall, I really like Piplup, and yeah, I mean, hopefully it makes a return, because I actually really enjoy this Pokemon. When it comes to Gen 3, Mudkip is S-Class. Mudkip is S-Class. I really love Swampert. Swampert has by far one of the best competitive uses, being that ground and water, and especially with its Mega, just makes it an absolute monster. And the rain. So I really took a liking to Mudkip, and also just Mudkip, like, in general, is honestly, it's such a great design. Marshtomp is like but Swampert is just an amazing Pokemon. Trico's A-Class. Trico was my first starter for Ruby and Sapphire, so it's got a really close spot in my heart for the series, like, in general. Its Mega Form is like a little lackluster. I did like its design, however, I feel like they should have given it like a different typing. It would have been cool to see like Grass and Steel, or something like that, but Grass and Dragon really kind of shot it down a lot. Although it was the first of its kind, I just don't think that it was appropriate to make Sceptile a Grass and Dragon type, and give it Lightning Rod of all things, when, yeah, like, why would you, why? And in terms of what's my last one, oh yeah, I'm gonna put Blaziken in A-Class, and Torchic. I really like Torchic. However, Blaziken is one of my favorite Gen 3 Pokemon, and its Mega just made it that much better. With Speed Boost, it's a it's a big threat. Yeah, and, you know, and it's just like, it's one of those niche Pokemon, I know, but overall, I just really loved Blaziken. And if you guys remember, like, the anime from the Gold and Silver series, the first Gen 3 Pokemon to be announced, or to be released, was actually released through the anime, and it was through Jackson. Jackson had a Blaziken alongside a shiny Magneton. It just, like, overall was a really cool character, and I just remembered as a kid. And yeah, I loved that entire series for the Johto League. I thought that was really cool. Now, in terms of Gen 2, I really like Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil is my first Gen 2 starter. Yeah, and it's carried me through a lot. Typhlosion really isn't the best Pokemon, I know. Yeah, it really got the shaft. But overall, like, I think Cyndaquil is a really great design. I really like Typhlosion. The thing that like keeps me keeping Cyndaquil in the B tier is actually the fact from its Gen 2 sprites. Like, I don't know if you guys remember Typhlosion from Gen 2, but honestly, it's one of the coolest sprites I've ever seen, and it still is to this day. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of Typhlosion. Chikorita, I actually really like Chikorita. Actually, do I want to put Chikorita here? Dude, that's tough. Yeah. I'm gonna put Chikorita in B tier as well. I'm using Meganium right now. Meganium's always been one of those Pokemon that I've really liked. I really like Thickmons, okay? And Meganium was one of those mons that I really liked using. It gets access to Sleep Powder, or sorry, not Sleep Powder. It gets access to Leech Seed. It's just, like, overall really defensive. And honestly, I love its design. Meganium has a great design. I like Chikorita as well. Chikorita had a lot of spunk in the anime back then, so, like, I obviously kind of, like, I propelled towards that. So yeah, so I'm a fan of Meganium. I think Meganium has a really great design. Yeah, and honestly, it's the only thing protecting me in my playthrough right now. So yeah, if you guys haven't seen the Soul Link, be sure to check that out. And let's see, we got Totodile. Totodile, you know, I love Totodile. Ah, dude. I'm putting Totodile in A-Class. Yeah, I think Totodile deserves to be in A-Class. Feraligatr is a fantastic Pokemon. I really like Feraligatr. Sheer Force Feraligatr with Life Orb is really great. I personally think that Totodile is... The reason why I like Totodile so much is because of the anime. a lot of these are like anime references, and a lot of these are anime based, but yeah, personally, like seeing Totodile back then in Gen 2 and the Gold and Silver anime, like how could you not love Totodile? You know, like he just jumps around on his little feet, and he dances around opponents, and you know, like that kind of like, I really enjoyed that. And Chris also is one of my favorite characters of Pokemon, and Chris's Pokemon is Totodile. Okay, Gen 1. I'm going to put Squirtle in C tier. I like Blastoise. I like Wartortle, I think, more. I definitely like Wartortle more. And I really like Squirtle. I like the overall line. You know, I'm a Gen 1er. I started playing with Pokemon Yellow, and you know, I can appreciate Squirtle. As much as I love Gen 1, right? Gen 1 is a fantastic series. It's been shoved down our throats for so long, and yeah, I'm just like kind of over it, honestly. But then I go and do this because Bulbasaur is actually S-class for me. I love Bulbasaur so much. It brings the tech. Chlorophyll is a fantastic ability for Venusaur. It's such a good competitive mon. It goes really well with Groudon and other drought users and stuff like that. So overall, I really love Venusaur. And honestly, I love Mega Venusaur as well. You know, Big Fat, I think, is a really cool ability for Mega Venusaur. And honestly, I just appreciate the Pokemon overall. It's my favorite starter of all time. And yeah, I mean, yeah, he's just tough, man. He's just tough. I really like it. And then Charizard and Charmander, I'm honestly just going to put down in here in D. I'm so tired of seeing like Charizard be like the main staple of like what Pokemon is selling and stuff. I know it's like their main way of selling games and stuff. But honestly, like there's so many Pokemon in the Pokemon universe. It's time to move on. Like seriously, it's really time to move on. Yeah, Charizard's overrated. Yeah, that's just my opinion. So I'm not saying I don't like Charizard. I'm not saying I don't like Charizard. I love Charizard as a Pokemon. I love its Mega form. I think its G-Max form is crazy good. But I'm so tired of seeing Charizard rubbed in my face. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's kind of what pushes me away from like me disliking Charizard or wanting to use the Pokemon at all. So yeah, so that's it. That's my tier list. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Remember, we do stream on Twitch. Pretty much, we stream on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays, and Sundays. So be sure to come hang out. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. If you guys want to see like another tier list specifically, just let me know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my tier list. So okay, see ya. Bye.